everyone, Iain from RTO here. I hope you all had a really good weekend. Welcome to another week on the channel. Got some good stuff for you this week, a little bit of hopefully for everybody. Before we start, don't forget we are getting very close to the first live stream again, 4th of August. Only just over a week away now. Looking forward to getting back into doing the live streams. We're getting ever close to 500 subscribers as well. I think we're about, last I checked, I think it's either 494 or 495. I'm not quite sure, so we're nearly there. Hopefully by next Thursday we will have 500. So if you're watching this for the first time, you know what you need to do. Subscribe and hit that bell, and then you don't miss out on anything. So today's band that we're going to rank are a band that a lot of people like, a band that I like, and we're talking about The Police, of course. An English rock band formed in London in 1977, and for their sort of recording history, it is Sting, Gordon Sumner for his real name, of course, who was lead vocals and bass guitar, Andy Summers on the guitar, and the brilliant Stuart Copeland on the drums, one of the best drummers in the business. And they become really popular in the late 70s and into the 80s. They've sold a huge amount of records, 75 million to be precise. One of the best selling bands of all time. They've won 6 Grammy Awards, 2 Brit Awards, inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. 4 of their 5 albums appear on the Rolling Stones 500 Greatest Albums of All Time. That's pretty good going, isn't it? They split up, but they did get back together and do that tour, which was great to see. But we haven't had any music from them, new music. Now, The Police, I like all their albums. Like some more than others, but I think that's the difference. I think it depends what sort of thing you like. I can't see anyone out there that doesn't dislike them, but we all have it in different orders. I think that again depends on your age and when you can be a Police fan. Obviously, I've known Police from day one because I was a young lad when they first come out. So they have released 5 albums. So let's have a look at these 5 albums then. So coming in at number 5, this is the 5th and final album that was released in 1983, and it's Synchronicity. First track on Synchronicity is Synchronicity 1. I like the quirkiness of this. Stuart Copeland's drumming on this is superb. As I said, I think he's a great drummer. It's a really good song. Walking in Your Footsteps, not too bad. It's a long way from the original. I mean, it's a long way since when they originally started. It's more poppy, this is, than from that post-punk sound that they had. Punky sound. It's alright, too. Not a bad track. I don't dislike it, but it's not what I was used to. Oh my god, I love the guitars in this. Andy Summers again, very good guitar player, and this sounds really like the old Police of old. Great track that is. Then we get Mother. It's a track that I've never liked. It's probably one of the only tracks I really dislike from The Police. I don't know why, but it just doesn't go for me. Then we get Miss Grandenko. Not too bad this one is, and some fantastic drumming as ever from Mr. Stuart Copeland. Sing. I still have, although everything's alright with me, I still sometimes get tongue tied still, because the mouth isn't with it. Synchronicity. That's it. That'll do. You know what I mean. Yes, just a continuation of the first track, so it's pretty good. It's a bit longer. Then we get Every Breath You Take. Still my favourite song. Always Will Be by The Police. Love that track. King of Pain. Great song. Great vocal from Sting. Really love that track. Then we get Wrapped Around Your Finger. Another one of my favourite songs. Really good. Tea in the Sahara. Yeah, not a fan of that one either, really. Then we get Murder by Numbers. Some really nice guitar work from Andy Summers on this pretty good track. Okay, to me this has always been an okay album. It's not obviously my favourite. Do like quite a lot of the tracks on here, but although I do play this a lot, it's still not one of my favourite Police albums. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8.3. Okay, then coming in at number 4, the fourth album, released in 1981, Ghost in the Machine. Pretty good album, this is solid stuff. Opens up with Spirits in the Material World. I love this song again. Some more fantastic drumming from Stuart Copeland. One of my favourite tunes. Really, really catchy. Then we get Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic. Another of those really uplifting songs. Reminds me that I remember hearing this in the middle of winter. There was ice on the road. Nick was travelling to work. And it came on the radio, and it sort of gives you a little bit of warmth, this track. Really catchy track again. Like that one. Then we get another of my favourite songs, Invisible Sun. One of the eeriest songs they wrote, but it's great. Fantastic song. Hungry for You. Quite a hooky riff in this from Andy Summers. It's got some Frenchies. Je rase toujours femme de toi. Really good stuff. Demolition Man, love this. That bass line from Sting. Amazing. Pretty cool track. Too Much Information. Again, Andy Summers' guitar work on this is great, and the horns really good, sound good in this. It's a really, really good track. Rehumanize Yourself. The drumming from Stuart Copeland is brilliant. Some nice guitar work as well from Andy Summers. One World, Not Three. A reggae sort of beat to this. Great guitar. Really like that track. It's a little bit different, but pretty good. Then we get Omega Man. I love the sound that Andy Summers got on the guitars on this. Especially at the beginning of the track. Very, very good track. Secret Journey. I think they use the sounds again. The beat's great. Reminds me a little bit of Every Breath You Take, but they wrote it. They can do what they like. Then the last track is Darkness. Really good track on here. Very, very good. Brilliant stuff. I like this album a lot. I just think it's an all-round album. This is a little bit of everything on it. A bit of poppy stuff, a bit of reggae, rock. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 8.5. Okay then, coming at number 3, we have the debut album from 1978, Outlandos d'Amour. First track on here is Next to You. Oh, I love this. That punky sound. Stuart's drumming is brilliant on this, and a great vocal from Sting. Then we get a classic One of my favourite tracks, So Lonely. Brilliant track. Love Andy Summers' guitar work in this. Great vocal from Sting again. Brilliant track. And then we get another classic track, Roxanne. Another classic track off this album. It's got so many on here. It's a brilliant track. Don't have to say too much because we all love Roxanne. All in My Life. Love the drumming on this. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Great little rock track. Peanuts. The horns are great in this. The drumming's great in it. It's just another solid track. Then we get another classics. Can't Stand Losing You. Love the bass line from Sting in this. Great track. Then we get Truth Hits Everybody. Great guitar riffs in this. Mandy. And then Stewart's drumming. Great little punk rock song that is. Brilliant. Born in the 1950s. Another solid track. Great riffs. Great drumming as ever. Really strong start. Be My Girl Sally. Now this is a little bit different. It's got a bit of spoken word in the middle of it, but it's got a nice catchy tune to it. And the last track is Masoka Tanga. Probably the weakest track on the album. I'm not very keen on it. It's a little bit... don't know what they were trying to achieve there. Okay, I really love this album. I mean, it's got 3 great tracks on it to start with. This real punky sound that they had was pretty good. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8.6. Okay then, coming in at number 2. Go to the third album released in 1980, Zenyatta Mondatta. First track on here is a classic, Don't Stand So Close to Me. Love the start of this. Brilliant, brilliant song. Let me get another great track, Driven to Tears. I love the reggae feel of this. It is brilliant. It's that crossover track between rock and reggae. And also, I like the acoustic version that Sting and Phil Collins did at Live Aid of this. Brilliant track. It was great how they broke that down for that little set, and it proves what a good song it is. So it's just a terrific song. When the world is running down, you make the best of what's still around. Love this, the cleanness of them guitar riffs and that great bass line from Sting. Terrific track. Then we get Canary in a Coal Mine, one of them little quirky tracks. Great guitar here from Andy Summers. I love Sting's vocal on this. It's quite a catchy little tune. Voices Inside My Head. Solid track. Another fantastic bass line. The quirky guitar sound from Andy Summers. He came up with some great little quirky riffs. Really strong track. Bombs Away. Stuart Copeland's drumming on this. Great drummer, not appreciated enough in my eyes. Really solid track. Let me get one of the other hits. It's dee doo doo doo, dee da da da. It can be a little bit annoying, but when I was listening to it not so long ago, I thought, no, it is a good track. Could have come up with some better lyrics, but I love the tune. But the lyric, the dee doo doo doo, dee da da da, actually fits. Then we get my favourite track on here. It's called Behind My Camel. I think this is probably Andy Summers' best guitar solo. It's one of those tracks that's sort of hidden. It's very proggy as well in places. There's a little bit of prog rock in there. That's probably why I like it. Pretty strong track. Then we get Man in a Suitcase. One of those reggae pop songs with a great bass line. I love the strings and vocals on this. Really, really strong track. Shadows in the Rain. One of them other great deep cut tracks on this album. The bass line from Sting is beautiful. You've got some lovely delicate piano on this and great drumming from Stewart. Then we get the Other Way of Stopping. Again, one of these deep cut tracks off this album. Amazing drumming from Stewart again. And you got this lovely bass line from Sting. Very, very good track. Great album. Got a good mixture again. Rock songs, poppy songs, reggae. It's just an entertaining album from top to bottom. I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 8.8. So my number one album from 1979, it's the second album, Regatta de Blanc. Opens up with the brilliant Message in a Bottle, one of my favourite songs. I mean, it was in my top 10, wasn't it? So yeah, love that track. Then we get the title track, Regatta de Blanc. Great bass line in this, one of the best bass lines from Sting, and you got some brilliant drumming from Stewart on this as well. It's Alright For You, one of them punky songs from the band. Sting's vocals, he's really got a great voice to sing this. It's that little bit high pitched vocal of Sting's that is terrific, but it never ever seems to get distorted. Brilliant stuff. Then we have my favourite track on this album, I've always loved this one, Bring On The Night. What makes this a great track? The bass line, the vocal, and the delicate drumming from Stewart. It's rocky, but it's delicate rock. And again, Andy's guitar work is fantastic. This is just a little gem on this album. Death Wish. Great little punky rock track from the band. Great riffs in this. Great vocals. Really terrific song. Then we get the classic Walking on the Moon. Some of Stewart's best drumming on this, I think. Love them little guitar pieces from Andy as well. It's a brilliant track. On Any Other Day, love the beat to get this. Great little riff. Really good stuff. The Bed's Too Big Without You. There's something about Police's little reggae songs. Oh, it's great. Love the beat they get on that. It's terrific. Then we get Contact. Andy's guitar work is superb. Again, one of his best guitar solos on this. Just an interesting track. Does Everyone Stare? Love the track again. Love the piano on this. This is a little bit different for the Police, but it works. Brilliant. Great track. No Time This Time. Stewart's drumming is fantastic on this. It's not the best track on the album, but the drumming is just brilliant, and Andy Summers' guitar solo is great. It's a great rock guitar solo. Great way to end the album. Classic album. Got some really strong tracks on this. This is an album that so they started going to more the poppy sound as well, and then there's some great tunes on this. Very, very strong album. Play this one a lot. It's my favourite for that reason. It's just got some great songs. I think it's got some of the best drumming from Stuart Copeland. I think Sting's voice was absolutely on fire for this album. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 9 out of 10. Okay, that's all for a bit of Police. I'll be back later for a classic album, and we're going back into like we did with Soundgarden, sort of grungy, proggy sort of sound this time. We're going to look at a Radiohead album, and probably the only album that I really like from Radiohead, and that's Kid A. So I'll be having a look at that. Until then, bye for now. I'll see you later.